Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guide 365, and today I'm going to review the 4K Best Buy exclusive steelbook of Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification. You can also find me over Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd at Movie Guide 365. Okay, Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas is now available on 4K exclusive Best Buy Steelbook. And now the movie has been on 4K for a few years now, so the general release has been out in circulation for a while, but Best Buy just recently released the Steelbook edition, and this being Christmas, I thought I would go ahead and review the 4K Steelbook for the channel. Now, as far as the movie itself goes, I was never a huge fan of this version of the Grinch. It's a good movie, it's okay. Jim Carrey does a great job in the title role, but something always felt off about the just setting of the movie itself. I don't know what really it is. I don't know if it's like the makeup design of the Who's or just the aesthetic, but it's just something just for me felt a little bit off. I don't know, it might have been even the story, but I still enjoy it. I go back to it every few years and I find things new that I like about it, and it's still a very enjoyable telling of the Grinch story as made famous by Dr. Seuss. I feel that the new animated version starring Benedict Cumberbatch as the Grinch is slightly better, but this one's still an okay movie. It's worth checking out. And all right, we're going to talk about the picture quality and audio in just a moment, but first let's do a quick unboxing of the Steelbook. Okay, we have the Best Buy exclusive steelbook of Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. And I like the steelbook. I think it really is, it's simple, but it conveys the movie itself. So, really nice. And then we have the back cover. And then we have the spine. And interior. Some artwork. This is the disc art from the previous release. So, there we go. Whoville. Very nice. Great presentation. Alright, now let's talk about the picture quality and the audio. How the Grinch Stole Christmas on 4K has a 1:8:5 aspect ratio with native 4K resolution and HDR10 for the grading. Now, since this movie was shot on film, there is a very fine layer of film grain. It's persistent throughout the movie. It can get a little bit heavy in some of the darker nighttime shots, but for film grain lovers, you're going to enjoy what you see here. It doesn't look like any DNR was really applied, so you definitely have that going for you. One of the things I noticed about a lot of Universal released Blu-rays, 4Ks, and even DVDs back then is the film stock looks a little bit dark. The overall presentation of the movie that is being shown has a little bit of a darkness layer to it. I can never explain what it was. It seemed to kind of something having to do with the cameras that were used at the time, but I feel that the Grinch definitely has that here. It doesn't detract my overall enjoyment of the film. It's just something that I notice, and probably you will too. As far as the HDR10 grading goes, now there is a little bit of issue with color vibrancy. Now this is a movie that should be completely ripe with it. The various lighting effects of Whoville, the lighting aspects of the Grinch and his lair, I think really should have more of a pop. This is that type of movie, that was shot 10 years prior, Home Alone. I felt took the Christmas theme and really added a whole lot of vibrancy to it. I didn't really get that here. It's got more of a natural look to it, and that's something I feel it's a little bit underwhelming when it comes to a movie like The Grinch on 4K. I think the HDR and color should really just boost this up considerably, and unfortunately it doesn't really do that here. Black levels and shadow detail, however, look really well done on the Grinch. Those dark interior shots, as I mentioned earlier with the Grinch, and of course they give you a nice blackness to them, and those nighttime scenes are also rendered very well. You don't get quite inky blacks throughout the movie, but I feel they're appropriately dark considering the source material, and I don't really have any issues in that area. And finally, level of detail on the Grinch in 4K is an average upgrade. It's not going to be a significant bump up. I will say, since the movie looks a little bit soft to begin with, and that is persistent throughout the film, it has some good moments, mostly with the Grinch when they're up close to him and the various Who's, the cars and the really close-up shots of the architecture look all right. But it's, just the overall palette has just a tinge of softness to it. And I think more or less that's a thing with the filmmaking process and the cameras used than any kind of fault with the 4K master. It's an average uptick with the detail. It's just not something that's going to be referenced in that area. Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas supports a DTS-X audio mix, and I have to say it's a very nice soundtrack. This is kind of a warm blanket type of audio experience. It's very immersive. Everything from the music to the sounds of Whoville and just the various chimes really sound very good here. And I feel it makes great use of all the speaker placements. Dialogue is clean and clear through the center channel, no problems to report in that area. And the front channels, they handle a lot of the action and they do so very well. Mid-level and rear speakers have plenty of activity consistent throughout the movie. There's a lot of ambience, action, music. It all sounds good. It comes through clean and clear and really pulls you into the film. Height speakers are also utilized very well. I will say in particular the scene where the Grinch is sledding down the hill towards the climax makes great use there, but it complements the other rear and mid-level speakers very nicely. And the LFE is fairly aggressive. There's a lot of boominess to it. I don't feel it overstays its welcome. I think it's very appropriate, and it definitely has a good feel to it. The DTS-X on the Grinch, I feel, is very strong. It's a good Christmas movie. It's very immersive, and I think you'll be very happy with the results. For the picture quality, I'm going to give Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas on 4K a B. I kind of expected a little bit more vibrancy. I think HDR10 is a little underutilized here. The Christmas setting is, while it looks good, it has a nice natural feel to it. I kind of expected more for a movie of this setting and style. For the audio mix, I'm going to give this one an A-. I think it's a very nice, immersive Christmas movie. It has a lot going for it as far as the surround sound field goes, and there's a lot going on the screen, so you definitely are going to make great use of those speakers, and it has a good overall feel to the presentation. So is Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas a worthwhile upgrade on 4K? I have to say, visually, not really. It's not a good representation of HDR. Where it's at, it's the audio mix. If you want the best audio experience for this movie, the 4K Blu-ray is the way to go. So that is my review of Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas on 4K. Let me know in the comment section below. If you checked it out for yourself, what did you think of the presentation? In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.